As you know, my name is Ruby, or in this video I would be giving you great suggestions regarding that how to talk with a stranger. See, most of the time it happens whenever we go and we come across with the new people, we do not get that how to talk with that person, right? We just say hi, hello, and we just would be silent, right? So I would say the first thing is that just try to connect with that particular person. Just make a eye contact, right? And be a good listener, so that other be a good listener and make a good eye contact with that person, so that that person would be able to understand that you are kind of interested in that particular person. Okay, never ever make other person feel that you are not interested, otherwise your entire conversation would be just down, right? And that person would just avoid next time talking to you. So do not make other person feel like that. And just whenever you come across with the new people, so do only one thing, that just try to connect with that person by asking some of the questions like what are your hobbies. And the first and foremost thing I would say, do not talk about yourself, always talk about that particular person. Yeah, so show that person that you are interested to know about their life. Many of us, we have a problem, we do not have a patience, we don't want to listen, but we want to speak. No, so you don't have to do that. You have to be a good listener, and you have to make other person feel that yeah, you are very kind of curious to know about that particular life. And just start asking that what are your qualification, what do you do, and what are the best places in your state, right? Like this, or maybe in your country. And you can ask that what are the places where you have visited, right? So, and try to take the opinion of that particular person. And when you take the opinion, that person would be a kind of too much hilarious, right? And that person would be too much interested that yeah, you are a kind of interesting, that you want to take that person's opinion. That person would be too much interested giving opinion, because we know that most of the people, they want to be kind of admired, right? So you have to say that whenever that person talks to you, you have to say and use some of the good words and the great word. I would say that I appreciate, oh great, you have done that, right? So that's how you have to hold a conversation and make other person that you are kind of very interested to know about that particular person's opinion. And in which topic you can talk about the education, that what do you think of the education, right? And what are your opinions? Our Indian education is better than the foreign country, like this. Just give your opinion, right? And another thing you can say, which government is good? Are you happy with the government, right? What is your opinion? So just try to ask your opinion, so that that other person would be a kind of connected with you, and that person would think he is a kind of great person, that he is interested in me and knowing about my opinion, right? And this is this is the biggest factor. This is the biggest factor, that person would come to you and would talk to you, because and always make person, I'll say, comfortable. Yeah, make other person feel comfortable. If that person, for example, you have asked that tell me the historical places in your state, right? So some of the place he's told you, and when you say that give me a little bit just a background and the history background of that historical places, right? And that person don't know how to say. So that person, you will get to know automatically that person. Then you can say, oh, leave it, this question is not good. Okay, I have some other question. Just start an interesting question. First and foremost, you have to ask what is the hobby of that person, and that's how you will be able to understand. According to his hobby, you can start a conversation. For example, you went to a person, right? And that person said my hobby is listening songs, or maybe watching movie. So just start talking about the movies, right? And do not talk about yourself, that how you feel, whether you like that movie or not, whether you like watching movies or listening songs or not. Do not say that I don't like, yeah, but try to know about that particular person and make that person that you are very very interested to know about that particular person's life, that what is going on in his life. Okay, and just start talking about his hobby. And hobby, just he said, let's take an example, he said the movie, right? So start talking about the movie. What is the famous movie which you like, right? What are your favorite character in all? So there could be multiple questions. Just show, and do not try yourself that you are kind of too much intelligent, right? Do not make other person feel inferiority, otherwise next time that person won't come to you. That person would say, oh my god, that was the person, he made me feel that I'm not intelligent, and he made me feel he gave me inferiority complex. So that's never ever do that, okay? If you're kind of advanced and all, just talk to that person so that you could get a great partner, and in future, of course, hoping that you will be getting a great partner to talk over those topics, right? And another thing I would say, not a second thing, I have already told you a lot of things. Another thing I would say, that make eye contact. It is the very very important thing that you have to make eye contact. And when you make eye contact, so it shows that you are very interested. And for example, you are talking to that person, so just do not be silent, okay? Like that person is giving you a kind of speech and you are just listening. No, you don't have to do like this, right? You have to answer that, oh my god, appreciate, amazing, great. These are some of the abbreviations which you have used, okay? You have to use, like other person is saying about the hobbies or maybe about the government, that that I think. So do not make feel that person that you are not interested, okay? And how will you do that? How would you make other person feel that you are interested? Yeah, saying I appreciate it. Oh great, yeah, I also think the same, my opinion is kind of different. So these were some words, and these are some words which you can use while conversation with other person, and that's how that person would be too much interested to you, right? And would be giving a lot of opinion about it. And when you be a good listener, so you would be a kind of good knowledgeable as well, because we do not get anything speaking, because whatever we speak, we have that much of knowledge, and according to our knowledge we speak. But when we listen, right, so of course there are most chances that other person would have a lot of knowledge and they will give you. So be a good listener, do not speak much about yourself. Try to understand and try to know about that particular person, about life. And the famous thing I would say, okay, with the stranger especially, do not talk about the privacy, okay? Yeah, you can ask about some other random questions, their hobbies and all, but do not go so deep that other person will think, oh my god, that person is a kind of too much deeper, that just without permission and all just going. No, after some time, if you are familiar, then you can go ahead, there is no issue, but at the beginning you don't have to do that, okay? So this was the tip. That's how you have to hold a conversation with that particular person, right? And that's how that person would be too much interested in you, and most of the time you would be called as a good communicator, of course, because you made other person feel good first, and second, you made a eye contact. The third thing I would say, you were a good listener. That's matter a lot, because you do not speak. And yeah, I am not saying that you have to be just silent. No, you have to say according to that particular person. Like you are asking a lot of questions, right? And then that person has asked to you that tell me about it, right? So you have to ask, you have to give answer, right? You don't have be a silent. You don't have to be a silent that person would think that, oh my god, that person other person does not have knowledge at all. So you don't have to do that, okay? Just maintain that how to talk. And these were some tips which I wanted to give you, okay? And yeah, whenever other person talk about anything, right, so most of the time we'd say that we would be just a silent, just other person is saying, but you don't have to do that, okay? Just yes, you have to say like this. So these were some tips. Hope you like this video. If you liked it, so please give it a thumbs up and like this video and share with your friends, and press the bell icon so that whenever I make a video you would be aware of it. And tell me as well, okay, if you're liking this video, and please put a lot of comments. I love to read those comments and giving the answer of your doubts and all, that what are the problem you are facing currently, and I can solve you, okay? Apart from the English as well, of course I can solve, but basically I more focus on the English, right? So it would be a kind of great thing if you put a lot of comment, because I admire you a lot, okay? And another thing I would say, that of course share with your friends, right? That's what I wanted wants. And in many videos I have told you that whether you have a confusion on over any topics, especially in terms of the grammar, so share those comments, that what are the topics you are interested, and you want me to talk in Hindi as well, right? Of course I would be talking in bilingual language, right? The topics which you are interested interested to learn from me, so of course I would be admiring you and I would be teaching you. Okay, so till the time, keep learning and keep smiling. Bye.